Hi everyone, welcome. So grateful to have you all, yay. Wow, it's been such a crazy week. Let's look at the comments. I love this. I love this name, the cat in the tinfoil hat. Girl, please do Taylor Swift soon. Please discuss Taylor Swift soon. I recommended your channel. Thank you so much for recommending the cat in the tinfoil hat. I'm so grateful that you recommended Taylor to the Swifties. I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie. Or are you saying you're a Swiftie? I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie. I like a lot of her music, especially recently. And her tour looked so fun. I wanted to go to her concert. I don't think I'll be able to because it's too far away from me. I live in Miami, so I have to go to Tampa. But I'm not driving. I can't believe she's not on Tampa. She's not coming in Tampa. She's not coming to, excuse me, Miami. And there's so many people in Miami here. I'm sure would love to see her. But anyways, hi Hallie, hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well too. I was thinking about you the other day, Amy. Long time no see. Okay, so let's get into the reading. I'm doing 3 different readings throughout this live. Just recorded a bunch of videos, so they will be coming out very soon. As always, guys, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have this channel, to have, I was going through my comment section before I did the videos to see what people have been asking for. And most of you, I'd say 90% of you, are just filled with love, positivity, kindness, and respect. And that's really, when I started this channel almost 2 years ago, next month, 2 years ago, when I started the channel, I started it thinking about like creating consciousness about gossip, I love my daily gossip. I don't really focus that much on celebrity gossip. It's more like Real Housewife stuff, which I started this channel about. But as it steered more towards mainstream pop, that kind of stuff, I really am so proud of the fact that a lot of you have been conscious of what you say. And, I don't like to be like a basher of celebrities. I think we can learn from all of them. As much as I don't like majority of celebrity culture, there's always a chance to learn from the situation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get into the readings today. I'm moving my room around. So I just got a new bed. My old bed is all messed up. So I got a new bed. I have to swap it out. Tomorrow is the day that I usually clean and stuff like that. So I'm going to sort everything out. I'm going to put back my light up. I used to have a light behind me. So I have those little pictures. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I miss your reading. Oh, I miss you too, my dear. Life's in the way sometimes. I know. Trust me. I was just saying that when I was recording videos earlier. I was just saying that, oh my gosh, I have a lot on my plate. And I'm such a doer. I want to do everything. And I have to remind myself I'm human. I still have to go to the gym. I still have other stuff to do, And I just want to get up and do it ASAP. And I have to remind myself that I'm human. So please, I hope you're being patient with yourself too. And doing self-care. Okay, so let's start with the first topic. And I woke up today and I saw one of the channels that I feel like maybe crosses over into mainstream gossip was talking about Tom Cruise and Shakira. That Tom Cruise wants to date Shakira. So I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. If you haven't heard this story, you might not have because I think I told this story like a while ago. So when I still lived in LA, I still live in LA. I moved out of LA December 15th, exactly, 2021. I was like, I have to be out of LA by January 2022. So I moved December 15th. And before I moved, I'd say in around the summertime, I used to work at a very famous hotel right on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm not going to say what it was because I don't want to get an exposure, so forth. One time I was waiting for the bus. Actually, I just come from an interview for that when I started working there. And I was waiting for the bus after my interview. It was like my second interview and they told me that I got the job. And I had my phone in my hand and I was texting my friends. I was so excited that I got the job. And I believe that was the same day. It might be a different day, but I believe it was that day. So I had my headphones in and I had my phone up like this because I was texting. And I heard like loud music, so much to the point that I had to lower my music. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I heard like loud 80s music in a red convertible. And it was driving down Hollywood Boulevard, like slowly because there was a lot of traffic. In LA, there's a lot of traffic. And I was like, who is in that car? I was thinking to myself, like, this is so out of place. Like, even though Hollywood is a crazy place, I've been down Hollywood Boulevard many times. Many, many times. I used to do my shopping there. I used to work in North Hollywood. And I used to go to spinning on, not Hollywood, but Hollywood and Vine. Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard and Vine. So it was Hollywood and Vine. I used to go to Soulcycle there. Anyways, so I've been to Hollywood many times, but seeing a red convertible playing loud music was very strange to me. Still, even though I'm from New York and I see many crazy things. So driving down, and I'm just looking at the car like, what? I look closely, and it's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was in the car blasting loud music in a red convertible. It's like, this is wow. Very strange. Yeah. So he didn't seem very I don't want to be condescending on me when I say this, but he didn't seem mentally all there. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed like there was some mental stuff going on. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a mental illness, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. That was definitely giving me that kind of energy. So and it was around, I think it was like 2 months after, I think, because this was 2 years ago. So my memory is not the best about these things, but I think it was like 2 months after the release of him yelling at his crew on the set of Mission Impossible came out. I think it was around that time. I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And I understand like being upset, but yelling, I'm not a person that likes to yell. Let's see, Tom Cruise and Shakira. Wow, that's random. But exactly. So I wanted to show the energy of what's behind all of this. I don't feel like he's a very sane person. And I've never used to really like Katie Holmes. I used to watch Dawson's Creek growing up. It was one of my favorite shows. I loved Dawson's Creek. If you guys don't know Dawson's Creek, I feel like it's a millennial show. I feel like it was the millennial show, you know? Michelle Williams, even though they were like 10 years older than I am, I still loved watching it. But when she was on it, I wasn't really that crazy about her. But as she's gotten older, I've just really grown to respect her. She stays out of the limelight. She stays out of politics. She's very, I don't like, if you know my channel, you know, I don't like when celebrities get involved in politics. I like when they're just like, as somebody that's grateful to have subscribers and to have people that support me, they would not be there. Hollywood would not be Hollywood without the average person. Whenever they start talking badly about the average person, it really upsets me because it's kind of like a smack in everybody's face. Madonna is an example of that. So I've never liked Madonna, honestly. I've liked her music, but not her as a person. Okay, so let's get into this. So they say Tom Cruise wants to date Shakira, and allegedly he has this thing where because of Scientology, he has to date through other people. Like he'll get his agents to reach out to that person, which I find is very interesting. I'm not judging, but Dawson's Creek. Oh, I love that show. What? Me too. Oh my gosh, I used to have such a crush on Pacey. I was like, I want to be with a guy like Pacey. Was it Pacey or Casey? I don't really remember the names. Isn't that funny? I watched that show for like 10 years and I don't remember the names anymore. But I would love to watch Dawson's Creek. Then there was another show, Popular. Do you guys remember that show, Popular? I don't know if because we in South Africa, I grew up in South Africa and England, mostly in South Africa, but we used to get like B-grade shows from America. And there was this one show called Popular. And Leslie, I forgot, Sam Rockwell's wife, she was in it. She was like the main person. She was like, it was such a cool show. I really liked it. Anyway. So yeah, Dawson's Creek's cool. So I wanted to pull up the energy of them and what his intentions are behind this whole thing. Because I actually think it's true. So King of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Let's start with King of Swords. So King of Swords is generally when somebody's thinking about something and very pensive, very, very pensive. He might be studying her. He might be, he's not emotionally attached, but he's definitely studying her, definitely thinking about Page of Pentacles. I think he's always been this kind of person. He is big on creating an empire. I actually do know somebody that worked with him because, I have a lot of friends. In fact, the other day, let me fix my hat. It's really weird when you've lived in LA and New York too, because you often encounter and meet people that are in the industry. One of my good friends, I mean, we're no longer friends, but one of my really good friends from New York, I see him on TV a lot, stuff like that. People I've dated, I see on TV, people I hung out with. I saw a former colleague of mine, in a commercial, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. And then the other day, I saw another colleague who was a bully to me. She's so mean. I didn't let her bully me, but she tried. I saw her in one of my favorite shows. She was like an extra, but she said like 2, 3 lines, and I was like, oh my gosh, so strange. It's a little triggering sometimes. But forgot the point. Sometimes I go on these rants. But I strongly believe that he wants to create like an empire. An empire with someone. And that's why he's always looking. Seems to like interesting. I could see that, but all his wives have been American, except for Nicole Kidman. But his 2 other wives have been American. But I could see that. I think his energy reads very controlling. Even when I saw him in the car, I think he's very, very controlling. And I think it's easier to control a woman that's not from this country, as being somebody that, even though I was born in America, a lot of my family doesn't live here. So when you are very much alone, it's easier to be controlled, if that makes any sense. I think he has like codependency issues. That's what I pick up very strongly. So 2 of Wands, he's definitely going to approach her through an agent. I could see that. But I think she's going to say no. Yeah. I mean, he does give me the weird vibes. And I don't like to judge people. I feel so weird saying like somebody. But honestly, I was like, this guy is. Those situations when you see it a lot in Hollywood. And it's not just a woman thing, it's a men thing too, because I've seen older guys not handle aging well. I mean, it happens outside of Hollywood too. I live in Miami where it's like older guys loved to date younger women, and I used to be into that. I'm not into that anymore. Not necessarily older guys, but just like more mature. I need to find out they're not that mature. But you see a lot of people in Hollywood not being able to make peace with their age at all. And he definitely is one of those people to me. When I saw him in the car, I got the energy. Like, he's just, I think he wants to stay forever young. And he had like a lot of fillers too in his face. More than I saw him on TV. I was like, whoa. It's kind of sad. It's actually really sad. So, yeah. And then they said he's also not seeing his child. Oh, so sad. But let's see. I think she's gonna say no. Yeah, she's gonna say no. He's gonna offer her 5 pentacles. Then he's gonna offer her like he did with Katie Holmes, like a chance to be seen, but she doesn't need him. And that's what I mean about codependency. He often goes for women that need him or need something in return, you know? She's like, no, not just once. I think Shakira is going to be single for quite some time. Okay, I'd love to say. Let's move on now to Jay-Z and his alleged son. I have to just write this out. Okay, Jay-Z and his alleged son. So I don't know if you guys remember this story, but like 3 years ago, when the whole COVID thing started, um, hi everybody, welcome. I see more people have joined. Please like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But about 3 years ago, Jay-Z's son, wow, okay. Jay-Z's son came out. I mean, excuse me, not son, daughter, alleged daughter came out and said she was his son, she was his daughter. I keep confusing daughter and son, I'm so sorry, guys. She was his daughter and she had a whole page and so forth and so forth. And anybody that reported about it would get striked, would get sent letters. I watch Lovely TTV. I love her. She is so fun. Sometimes she gets a little crazy, but she's a Leo. You know, Leos can be like that sometimes. But she was breaking it down. She said she got a cease and desist letter from Jay-Z. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. If you watch my channel, I know a lot of people that have either worked with Beyonce, come into contact with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and so forth. Because I'm from New York. I spent a lot of my life, I would say almost half my life I spent in New York. Half? No, like a third of my life I spent in New York. So, yeah, a third of my life I spent in New York. I spent almost half my life in America. But being in New York and being around entertainers and being, you know, in music, you see and you hear a lot of stories about Jay-Z. Because he's from New York too. And actually, I know people that are very, very close. I don't want to say exactly who, but I've heard stories, and I don't believe there was just one Becky. Let me just put it like that. I have had videos about them before, so check that out if you're interested. Now, when it comes to the children, I had a friend send me a message around the same time where the daughter, had made up a page and said that Jay-Z knew she existed, didn't want anything to do with her. I had a friend send me an article from Trinidad saying that Jay-Z had a child with a woman from Trinidad. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily true, but I strongly, strongly believe that Jay-Z does have children that, it's just so unfortunate, that he hasn't claimed because he's very corporate. Now, I love Damon Dash. I follow him. I listen to a lot of his advice, his business advice and so forth, his life advice. He's Jay-Z's old business partner who Jay-Z ended up basically screwing over. But something that I love about Damon Dash is that he's very real, he's very authentic, he's very New York, you know? And I feel like if you've lived in New York, if you're a New Yorker, you can't do fake, you can't do a lot of contrived things that I see happening in Hollywood. So, I wanted to do a reading about the energy of the sun, the alleged sun, because they look very similar. You know, Jay-Z has a very distinct nose, and I feel like all his children have that nose. Especially, well, all of them, his alleged and his ones we know are. They all can be distinct, like they're all recognized through that nose, you know? Let's see, of course, there must. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna let you on some real tea right now. One of my really good friends, I'm not gonna say what company she works for, but we've been friends for a very long time. She told me that one time she saw, oh gosh, I don't know if I should be telling the story. she saw Jay-Z with another woman in a VIP lounge while Beyonce was performing. So people knew, you know. And that's the first time I've told that story. I think she might. I hope she doesn't give me trouble. But I'm not saying who it is and so forth and so forth. But anyways, yeah. But there are more. I think also I want to do a video. Maybe next week I should do a video about the different Beckys and so forth. I don't like the term Becky. I think it's derogatory, but she used it. So okay. So I get the hermit card. And I strongly feel like this child, the alleged son, has kept quiet for a long time. He might be a Virgo. Jay-Z's a Capricorn. No, Jay-Z's Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Before I had my Sagittarius ex, I used to be like, I'm never going to date a Sagittarius because of Jay-Z. He cheated on Beyonce over and over again. Just a philanderer. I was like, there's such playboys Sagittarius, and I can be, but my Sagittarius ex is really nice, so and he didn't cheat on me. So with the lovers, I think that this son might be getting married, and he feels like this is very sad. Oh, he feels like his life. Oh my god, I'm about to get emotional. Oh, he feels like a part of his life is kind of like taken from him because of who his father, who he believes his father to be, is. The Two of Cups, as he's getting married. I strongly believe the son, alleged son, is getting married, and he wants to kind of force Jay-Z to be around, which you really can't do. You know, it's very sad. Very, very sad. But I do believe that this is his son. That's my opinion. That's what my intuition says. But yeah, I do believe it's his son, and I think this son wants some kind of like reckoning before he gets married. Okay, what do you guys have to say about that? Thank you for participating. Thank you for joining. Can't believe it's 7. It's 7 Eastern time where I am, and it's almost 7. And it's so light outside. I live in Miami. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I live in Miami. I cannot deal with the winters. I went to New York 2 months ago. As soon as I got there, I was like, I want to go back. I want to go back to Miami. I can't do the cold anymore. I love New York, but I can't do the cold. Okay. Kim Zolciak. Let me write it down. And Kroy Biermann. From Real Housewives of Atlanta. YouTube channel. What is it like? Who's this? Okay, let me read this out. Hi, I'm new to your channel. What is it like with Dandre since he likes me because of my glow? I have no idea what you're talking about, love. Please clarify. Yeah. If you want a reading, if this is about you, you'll have to get a reading. And that is through my website. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. So I'm doing Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann from Real Housewives of Atlanta. He just filed for divorce. I've done a video on Kim, 2 videos on Kim before, and I was looking at them recently. I was accurate in that I said she was in financial trouble, and looks like it is the case, which is very sad. I just feel like if you guys watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, I used to love Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was my favorite go-to. I used to go to my friends. Yeah, my love, but who are you talking about? Glow is like change. Who are you talking about? You're talking about yourself? If you're talking about yourself, you'll need to book a personal reading because I only do it on public figures. Yeah. Okay, so I recently I do sometimes do some lives with members, but we haven't done one recently in a while where I do like questions only for members. Maybe I should do one again. But if you are not a member, you'll have to get a reading. Okay, so if it's about you, thank you so much for joining. If it's about you, please message me on Instagram. Go to my website to book a reading. Okie dokie. So Kim Zolciak, and you know what's so funny? Like I was saying, I used to love Real Housewives of Atlanta. Love it. With Nene and Kim. Does anybody watch Real Housewives of Atlanta like in the early era? Season 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh. It was so good. So good. And just craziness. But Kim was always just very lavish. And Kroy has filed for divorce from Kim. Kim met Kroy at some like football event, a long time ago. He used to be a football player, NFL football player. They got married and everybody could see the red flags, but they did it anyways. And they had a show on Bravo for some time. It got cancelled, and it seems like she has a spending problem. She is a Sun in Taurus, and Sun in Taurus can definitely be like that. He's a Sun in Virgo. And my energy, my intuition tells me there's another man in the picture. So 3 of Swords, 5 Swords, and 5 Pentacles. Interesting. Wow. They are going to be at war. They are going to be at war with each other. Wow. Knight of Cups. I think there's another guy in the picture that's kind of sending her things. Interested in her. I just don't know. I don't want to be mean. I think, because I always like to see redemption in people, but I think she has so much healing to do. That is like way overdue. You know, I was looking at her Instagram today earlier to get energy, and I just saw like a broken person who uses materials as a way to escape and replace people and things and emotions. And when you have that kind of energy around you, it's not good. So 2 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so she's going to try to start like a business venture. I think she's always starting business ventures, but her outspending outweighs. Business 101. You can't spend more than you make. If you have that inkling, I'm from New York, okay? I wouldn't say I'm cheap, but I'm very frugal. I don't go out a lot because I think as a New Yorker, you're kind of always told be humble about what you have. You know, you're surrounded by so many people that are constantly working. It's only in Florida that I've been like, okay, I can buy this now. You know what I'm saying? But in New York, I was very cheap. I would hardly buy anything, only if I really, really needed it. But I think Southern culture is different in that way, is that I feel like sometimes people have like grandiose things just to have them, you know? And I think she comes from that. And because of her mentality, her belief system, she doesn't understand economics 101. She doesn't understand that, like I said, to make profit, you need to spend less. Number one. She doesn't get that, and therefore all these business ventures are not going to succeed. Nothing is going to succeed until she is more disciplined with her spending habits and her way of life. Very, very simple. Oh, you do? You live in New York too, Long Island? Cool. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Long Island very soon. I'll let you guys know. Okay, can I please ask one question? How's Zane, Gigi, and Kaido? Okay, I'll do it now. Yeah, does anybody have any questions about somebody I talked about? Amy, I don't do reading on children, but I can ask Zane and Gigi. I have a no under 18 rule. Because I just think children deserve privacy. But I can do Zane and Gigi. Then I'm gonna wrap it up, have some food, and go to the gym. Zane and Gigi. Oh wow, this is powerful. Okay, so the devil, the emperor, and two of pentacles. I see very strongly here that Yolanda is still involved. You're welcome, dear. Yolanda is still involved and helping them with the business. But I did predict before that Yolanda would be less involved and the father, Muhammad, would be more involved in their business ventures. More involved in that. Because they're kind of, I don't know, I think Gigi can see a lot of what her mother is. Especially as she's getting older. She's seeing, and it's nothing personal. There comes a point in our lives, especially when we get older, we grow, that we understand where our parents are coming from. But just because your parents could have come from a good place, but it wasn't good for you. Do you know what I mean? And I think that can help all of us forgive our parents, understand, be grateful for everything they did do for us, but also decide if we still want them in our lives or not. Because we do always have that choice. Whenever somebody's like, you have to talk to your mother, you have to talk to your father, you don't. That's a toxic belief system. Oh, my sweetheart, like I said, please message me on Instagram. We can set up a reading. Okay, lovely people, I'm going to be done. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I'm so grateful. We've had a great turnout today. I'm really, really happy. I love doing these. You guys make my week. You make my day. So I'm very, very grateful for everything, for all of you. And stay tuned. Okay, great. Yes, please do. Please do. So stay tuned for next week for my live. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I have 3 videos coming out in the next week, so stay tuned. Love you all.